Happy Time Zones, and I was hitting that button as you were speaking. I was like, and make sure, and I'd already clicked the button. I'm like,
Also, because I respond the way that I do to everything, Charlie starts talking, that button is hit, so she's cut off, and I just say, oh.
I was just saying, I got anxieties over like when we did like half a stream and then went, oh, we not live. Hey, y'all.
Oh, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
It was, and people will never know what they missed, huh?
Exactly. Oh, the people in chat during that, which are pretty much the people that are here in chat today, were just like, is this stream gonna start? And we're just like, we've been streaming. We just haven't been live. Okay, happy time zones, everybody. Welcome to another week of the writing stuffs. Wow, I have done so much stuff today that I cannot function correctly. I have completed things today. So I'm in a place where it's like, I know I need to work on stuff, and I know I need something to do during the sprints, but my brain is just like, you've done what you need to do. Back the fuck off.
I cannot boast of this. I have done absolutely nothing today. Like, I showed up for the stream like an hour and a half early thinking that I was late. And then got very confused why the stream hadn't started yet, and was like, "Do I message? What's going on?" And then I like checked the clock, and I was like, "You're an idiot. That's what's going on." I'm like, all right, got it.
I also actually have been really productive today. I got that Pride and Prejudice video uploaded, and I edited and uploaded 2 TikTok videos today. And I edited 2 episodes of my Vela project. And then right before this got started, I said, well, I should outline the next scene now because I've decided to add a couple of scenes. And I looked at my little note card outliner thing and was like, words are not happening. So hopefully, once that timer gets going, words will be happening again.
Sorry, I'm mesmerized by Kitty.
He got up and I thought it was because I was moving this chain around and he wanted to kill it because right now it's his favorite toy. Because it's not a toy, of course, but he doesn't actually seem to be that into it right now. So I don't know. He's just being rude.
Also known as being a cat.
Yeah,
He's being floof.
Yeah, real floof. I mean, unfortunately, his boot with the fur is starting to grow out, which I was enjoying, considering that he put me into medical debt. I was like, well, at least there's a boot with the fur now, and I'm leaving the boot with the fur.
Does he have the apple bottom jeans too?
No. Do you see the size of this cat's ass? That's not fitting into jeans. When he lays down, he looks like a rug. It's insane. Ooh.
No, I've actually been a little bit busier today that I'm letting on. I recorded my AuthorTube disability tag video and got it partially edited today. I really want to work on my Vela project because it's one of the few things in my life that brings me joy because Mother is amazing. And I need to write more stories about her. So I want to be doing that, but I said that last night too, and then I just started making really, really messed up music again because I have a problem. So we'll see.
Oh wait, but if you're making messed up music again, then that means progress for Pride and Prejudice?
Maybe. I really like the song. That I've got 2 songs that I've been trying to do for like months, and one of them ended up turning into what I'm convinced are 2 separate songs that are being forcefully juxtaposed to each other and just need to be cut in half and treated differently. But the other one's actually starting to come along, and I really, really like it. And for anybody who's been at the very beginning of my streams, that song that plays behind my timer, that's the first 30 seconds of a song that I've been trying to finish for like 4 months now. Or 5 months now. So that one might actually get done. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I like to think that the reason it's taken you 4 months is it's some like Rush-esque like 15-minute ballad of like
if I'm not careful,
hobbits and insanity.
If I'm not careful, it definitely will be that. Like it wants to be so much more epic than my skill and talent level will allow for. And yeah, we've had words. Like we've had words. Like I'm thinking of just I'm thinking of naming it Bob just so I can yell at it more. And like But as always, it starts with a beat, and I've got the next section of the beat figured out, and yeah.
Progress.
Problem is I don't have access to the voices that I want to have on it. Like it really wants like a Sharon Denadell doing that like whistle singing thing that she does on it, and I'm just like no.
I can attempt it and just do that screechy thing I do on high notes.
I am a bass baritone at best, and
same here.
It really doesn't want my growly throat singing in there, so I just I don't know. We'll figure something out. I may be playing with a Mellotron because female choral is a setting on the Mellotron.
There you go. This is what auto-tune is for, I have been told.
Auto-tune is expensive.
Yeah, you need a female pitched voice singer, and you've got the 2 of us with our Mongolian throat singing.
Yeah.
Kuvan throat singing.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly looked into how much it would cost to buy a Vocaloid, which, if you're not familiar with J-pop music, those are literally programmable singers. That you
nice.
Just tell it what to sing and give it the notes, and the computer does that. Like their thing in Japan, and they're not cheap. Like even the crappy ones are expensive.
That sounds like an extremely niche market and a whole lot of programming. I understand.
Yeah, but I felt like, as with all things, there should be a GitHub project with somebody who's just bored and making one. Because you can find that for almost everything else on GitHub. Why not? No, nobody's that bored, apparently.
So we haven't actually addressed the people in chat.
We do have people in chat.
We have Spence. Hello, Spence. And we
Hello.
have Devin. It's not a stream without our tug waddle. And CB is here. Welcome, CB. And Mallory is here. And I don't think I've seen Mallory, but welcome. Spence is on day 4 of struggling to start a thing, but my brain is like, no, we're living 2 days in the future where you're already done. Yes. And then after that 2 days has happened and it's not done, and your brain is still like, in 2 days it'll be done. If I just started, yeah. But that's because you and I both scored pretty much the same on the executive dysfunction test.
I just love with that stupid white rabbit that just runs through my head. I'm late. Like, you've got a month to finish this, but I'm late. You keep this up and you will be.
Yes, but Spence says your cat belongs on the set of Labyrinth.
That's fair.
I do agree.
Very true.
Very, very Henson-esque.
Live without your sunlight.
With a little rat rider on his back.
Yes!
Little mount right here. Yeah.
Oh, we stand Sir Didymus.
Yeah.
I still want to make your cat a saddle.
Hold on. Oh,
Make
no,
a
he is
saddle
not
for
gonna
your
like
cat.
this. He's about to hate me so much.
That too. I'm just saying, the cost is very, very inexpensive. It's just a video of you trying to put it on.
It's a little routine. Just allow it to happen. Just go to sleep. Go to sleep. Just allow it to happen. Never mind.
Wow, you sound like me with my last boyfriend. Just lie down. Just go to sleep. Just let it happen.
Everything will be fine in the morning.
Define a boyfriend.
That friend that I have to yell at all the time and be like, boy, you better listen.
All right, it is Mallory's first time. Welcome, Mallory. Diana's here. Hey, Diana.
Oh, the cute little Alexander face. Oh, handsome doggy Jake so much.
Mallory, I want to tell you that we're usually more organized than this, but I don't like lying to people.
No, my streams tend to go way off the rails.
That's why they're gloriously fun.
And I usually have
They're
I usually
really
have 3 or
fun.
4 more people than this going off the rails at the same time.
The joy of the train wreck. How I love thee.
Oh, good stretch. Good yawn, buddy.
Oh yeah, CB says she says soprano 1 if you need a soprano voice.
You may get a message from me.
Spence says today the procrastination comes in the form of being balls deep in the drama between 2 art YouTube channels that she watches. Ooh. That is
This is what I was saying before about liking. I'm not going to go into details at all, but liking being out of the loop on things. I don't need drama between YouTube channels. I need to just enjoy both of them.
I just keep trying to start beef with Allie Deathridge, and she's just so bubbly that it won't take. And it's just like,
Literally the most impossible person.
Right?
To make me
the only way to successfully start beef with her is to raise cattle.
Okay. Like, I feel like you kind of could, but like you would have to say things that you would absolutely never ever say. And even that, I feel like she would just like quietly ignore you.
It all started when I was co-hosting on her channel and her internet went out, and I was just like, oh, this is perfect. Finally, I've taken over. It's mine.
Also, if y'all don't watch Allie Deathridge, she's amazing. You need to watch her. She is delightful streams.
Like a vampire to a wrist, I feed off of her power to get me through my week. Like, Tuesdays and Thursdays, the day I don't want to do anything, it's just like, yes, Allie, be bubbly. Let me have all the energy I need to get through this project. Yes. Very enjoyable.
Ooh, I'm sorry, CB. The BBC was filming a soccer match, and they broke the rules and showed a soccer player getting treated on the field that got injured.
Ooh.
I just saw a thing about a TikTok video that was going around where somebody was beheaded in it, and it didn't like Yes, and it didn't get flagged initially by censors. I don't know TikTok's process, but like the way everybody watches TikTok, I'm like, I don't think I want to be using TikTok for a while
TikTok
now.
has a history of being sketchy about bad things happening and them not taking it down.
They did. I know that they did take this one down once like everybody freaked out, but now I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of copycats on it. And we're probably going to be going through like a patch where if you have any triggers whatsoever, doing that, the thing with TikTok is that you just kind of let it run and it shows you what it feels like. And that's
D'Angelo did a wonderful video, I think last year, about some of the sketchiness of TikTok and some of the things that they have thought was just fine. It was fine to leave up. And
yeah, I post some stuff there, but I'm like, and I'm not really somebody who watches it anyways because I don't really understand it. I would like to incorporate it into business stuff, and instead I accidentally made a cake talk, as cake decorators tend to do. So now I'm like, I'm just gonna post cake videos, and I'm not gonna really watch it, but like, love my cake videos. I made a watermelon today.
I have no segue to sprint from cake watermelon.
I have the perfect one. I'm going to go like harass the hubby to get me a cake watermelon during the upcoming sprint.
Though, are you talking about the cakes that are made out of watermelons or?
At this point, I don't even care. Like it was so hard to get him to bring home some of that salted caramel bourbon ice cream that he made for the restaurant. And it's here and it's glorious. And you can only have like a spoon or two of it because it's so rich and wonderful.
Nice.
Oh, you have not seen me with ice cream. I have not met one so rich that I cannot polish off a pint.
I'll have to see how much the dry ice is so we can ship you some salted caramel bourbon ice cream because, oh my goodness. That's good. That's good. Made with real bourbon.
And CB, I actually thought the same line. I carried a watermelon.
My favorite line from that movie.
Let's just say I have watched that movie more times than combining all the rest of the movies that I've ever watched. It's a sickness.
I wouldn't say that I've watched that movie that many times, but it is definitely like neck and neck with the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack for soundtracks that I have listened to the most in my life.
When it was in the theaters, a friend and I snuck into 11 showings of it.
Wow.
And probably like 10 or so years ago, I think it was TNT or TBS, one of those cable channels, would show it back to back all weekend. And I just left the TV on.
Sweetie, just take this in the spirit in which it's given. I have never in my life loved something that much, and I'm married.
I unfortunately have several movies that I have done that with, so I spread my movie obsession freely. They're just all really bad movies.
Oh, that's what makes them great, though.
I mean, I'm talking about like Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh. I had a very bad experience with the BG once, but that's not a story for this point.
All right. Speaking of BGs, how about a disco timer?
Nice. There we go. There's the segue. We just had to ride a little bit longer.
Just had to work our way to it.
Oh, that reminds me of my ex-boyfriend as well.
Gart.
All right, we will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, that sprint has ended. How did people do?
I struggled with the wording of a sentence long enough that I only wrote 176 words.
It's 176 more words than I got.
This is fair. What did you do?
I got liquids, so I accomplished something.
That's important.
And I read over my piece for Pride and Prejudice, but I'm like, I don't think I'm in the right headspace for editing right now because I'm looking at it and just like, I don't know what to do with this. And I knew because when we talked about it, I had all these ideas, and now I've just done so much today that my brain is just like, yeah, nothing exists.
Some days are just not good days for things like editing. I procrastinated on the video editing for like 2 weeks, and then yesterday and today I did so much editing. And actually, before that, yesterday and the day before, I learned how to use Affinity Publisher to set up a paperback, which was a nightmarish event, but I ultimately got it done. But apparently I'm just in one of those weird modes where I want to do all of this crap that I hate to do usually. So it is what it is.
I made tea and got a snack.
It's something. Hello and welcome, my Atlantic Teacher Life. I don't think I've seen that name before.
That's Carrie.
Okay. Hello, Carrie.
Hello, Carrie.
So the important question I have for you, Laura, is did you order groceries? Like, did you just have the wrong groceries delivered? Or
hi, Laura.
did you just have groceries delivered when you didn't order them? Inquiring minds have to know.
I'm going to assume from the sad face that it is that she did order and she got the wrong stuff, because I would never sad face random food showing up at my door.
I know for a fact the neighbors across the street how much they cook with chitlins and other parts of the pig that I do not like. So I can envision a random grocery delivery.
I mean, you just throw it out then.
I'm just saying there's certain parts of the pig that make a certain smell when they cook. And no. I know what they're having for dinner. Thank you for not inviting me.
Now I'm looking at this first section because the format for my Pride and Prejudice thing is diary entries. And
epistolary. There's a fancy word for that.
But I'm looking at it, I'm just like, I don't know what to change. I was going to do it all as one. I was going to condense it to one, but I really want to keep the password changing.
I really enjoyed that. Honestly, I mean, I know I said it already, but I enjoyed everything except for the very first one.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I'm looking at it, I'm just like, I know I need to fix this, but I'm looking at it, I'm just like, I think I need to look at it tomorrow with fresh eyes.
Yes.
What are those? Is that like a thing that happens after this mythical thing called sleep happens?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just going to steal some eyeballs.
I was going to steal some eyeballs.
Oh, I know some people around here with some party eyes. Time to go get a spoon. I know what I'm doing during the next sprint.
Also,
I
my brain immediately went to idle hands, but that's okay. Having like one evil eyeball.
pro tip: melon baller.
Ah.
Oh. I wanted Mickey Waffles, not bleach. Depends on what I'm reading on the internet.
I too would be really disappointed with that, though. Also, I feel like if I needed bleach, I'd be really disappointed to receive Mickey Waffles.
So I'm just saying, with the way
not
Jason and my
just
conversation's
one
going
thing.
this stream, there's a very good chance that you might want that bleach by the time we're done. Like, that you may need to be disinfected and cleaned out. I mean,
I was watching this video.
no. Oh, no. Nothing should ever start with that much laughter and then broken by, I was watching this video. No. Okay. So we go into the curse part of the internet. All right. Okay.
Oh no, it was an 8 out of 10 cats compilation.
Oh, no.
They can get really bad. And one of them was telling a story about he had gone to the restroom in a public place and they had run out of toilet paper, and he saw that there were wipes in the stall, and he wiped himself and it tingled, and he kept wiping himself, and it started to burn. And then when he was done, he looked down and saw that they were bleach wipes.
Oh God, he literally bleached his asshole.
He did. And so he went to the ER, and he was like, and he said that the nurses there were trying to tell him he was going to be okay through their laughter.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that you like call their emergency line and don't just go to the hospital. Like I'm not showing my face anywhere until I know that this is literally going to burn a hole in my asshole.
So the special at the restaurant this weekend is
so he said that they said all he did was disinfected it and he was fine, and he said they said it was so clean he could eat his dinner off of it. And one of the other panelists said, not soup.
girl. All right. So the special this weekend at the restaurant is cacio e pepe, which, if you don't know, is a wonderful pasta dish that has a lot of pepper in it. Like a lot. Like it's an insane amount of pepper. And so the hubby, when he got home last night, had to pull up the security cam to show me a video. And you see our chef go to the bathroom and then come back and then start doing a really, really weird dance in front of the stove and then run because he didn't think about having to wash his hands before going to the bathroom.
Oh,
So all of the pepper that was on his hands got all down in the junk. And it took a minute for it to seep in and to start doing its damage.
I used to have a roommate who was a bouncer at a strip club, so occasionally he'd have to use pepper spray, and we always knew because the next day it'd be like a full 24 hours after his shift, and then we'd be doing whatever, and he would just rub his eye like people do constantly, and he would start crying like, oh no, it's still there, isn't it? And you remember for the first like 4 hours, like every time you remember a little bit longer, because you remember how awful it was last time, but it's still going to get you at some point. It's still going to be on your hands because it's impossible to wash off. It takes like 2 or 3 days for it to be completely gone. And and you're gonna F yourself up.
That's why they call peppered evil chef glitter, because once it gets on you, it just kind of rolls around and will detach of its own accord whenever it's ready. But the best part is he's the one who fought for that to be on the menu, so he brought it on himself.
Oh, well, now that I can breathe again. Shall we do what?
Nothing. I'm just like, oh, so it's time to get more cursed. Okay, I got it.
I was not trying to
your
make
breath away.
Hey, there is a clip from that show that is a Sean Bean impersonator, and he's doing this this monologue with one of the panelists, comedian Joe Lysette, who's bisexual and really cute. Joe Lysette is reading the female part, and the Sean Bean impersonators, he's like, well, it says here you're supposed to kiss me, and Sean Bean impersonator like pins him down and kisses him, and he's like, all right, we're good, I'm done. And Joe Lysette gets up and said, I'm not, and pins the impersonator down. And this is why I love British television.
There are so many reasons I love British television. Just way too many. Oh, they're taking it back? So are you going to get your Mickey waffles? Don't bury the lead, Laura. Are you getting your Mickey waffles? I'm emotionally invested right now.
Yeah.
I need to know how this story's going to end.
Yeah, we need to know now if this is a refund or a replace.
Because if this is like Chandra in the Cinco de Mayo, like I'm just gonna be sad all weekend. Like
That sounds like a book.
Chandra in the Cinco de Mayo. They delivered her Mexican food to the wrong address, and when she told them about it, they gave her money back, and she's like, "That's not what this was. I don't want the money. I want the food." Yay! Getting the Mickey waffles.
Woo!
And Mickey waffles are waffles shaped like Mickey.
Yep.
So there's nothing flavored about them. They're just shaped.
I'm sorry.
Were you
I don't
thinking
know.
like
You know what?
slipping a Mickey into the waffles?
No, I was just literally thinking mouse flavor.
Okay, like I was saying, like, I apologize for being cursed, but did either of you know what mouse tastes like? I don't know what mouse tastes like. Mouse meat tastes like waffles. I don't know.
You suddenly sounded like Donkey.
I know, it's a
I'm gonna
problem.
assume that it tastes like chicken, like every other.
It is really hard to say the word waffles without turning into donkey. I'm just
It
saying.
really is. Waffles.
Like, it's just kind of a thing that happens.
They taste like dreams in childhood.
I'm assuming that's the Mickey waffles and not the mice.
Depends on your childhood and also your dreams.
So if anybody hasn't been keeping up on it, Laura is making these wonderfully demented holiday cards that are going to be for sale soon through her website. And I showed them the proofs to the hubby, and he was like, "But we don't send out Christmas cards anymore, because like why?" And I showed them to him, and he's like, "I can't wait to see what my mother says when she gets that." And
now
so,
you
Wait a
keep an eye
second.
out.
Laura is a very extensive horror writer.
Oh yeah.
So maybe it is the mice that taste like dreams of childhood.
That's why I asked. Don't know. Though I'm saying,
mean,
if mice
or
taste
maybe, or
like
she's a cat.
I'm just saying, if mice
for
taste
that.
like dreams in childhood, then oh honey, you better be believing I'm going to start raising some mice. Like, I'm going to turn into one of the aliens from V and just be like mainlining that.
Wait. Now I'm trying to picture that. How?
Just let it happen.
But how do you get the mouse through the IV tube?
As you do.
You just decant it, it's fine.
I feel like that's my solution to everything. Just decant it, it's fine.
I'm surprised the answer to how do you fit the mouse through the IV tube was not lots of lube.
I mean,
Well, honey, once you get to a certain age.
oh, John, that hurt. Sorry.
That was so appropriately timed. I love it. When you get to a certain age, oh, that hurt. Like, yes.
And here's your title for your next book, Chloe. Double Fisting Mice for Dreams and Childhood.
I am here for this book. I'm here for it. Are we all just distracted by the cat right now?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. I wanted to make sure it wasn't just me because I'm just like, I think we all got quiet for a second. But I don't know.
I'm a cat daddy, so.
He's been real depressed lately because, he lost his sister a few months ago and then had that whole medical trauma and everything. And I think he's just like really, his life is just real boring now. So like when he does want to play, I take advantage of it.
He's such a glorious floof.
Yes.
So I did think of another book for you since you do the shifter stuff.
Yes.
It's about llama shifters.
Okay.
And it's called the Camel Sutra.
I love it.
There's lots of humping. Hey, Jenny.
I don't know if any of y'all are like really big into board games, but we have this board game called Camel Up that we call Fuck That Camel. So I'm here for that. You stack camels on top of each other, very much like they are, in fact, humping each other. Also, it is a delightful game. We love the game, but more importantly, fuck that camel.
I'm not on Amazon. You're on Amazon. What are you talking about?
I love kitties playing.
Right? I'm sorry. This is now actually a playing cat stream.
Oh my, you really do.
Yes. Yeah, they ride each other and everything. It's great.
Wasn't there a version of like Parcheesi that did that?
With camels?
I think so.
I don't remember that. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. I just don't remember it.
I seem to remember seeing a game like that.
Why did I start searching things? What is plunder?
All right, we should probably get into another sprint.
We really should.
I'm not distracted. You're distracted.
All right, we will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go. Let me get my microphone back down. I have a headset up, and sometimes I flip it up to get it out of my face while I'm looking at stuff, and I forget to take it down, and it sounds like I'm on the other side of the room. I'm just trying to do this. Why is my brain doing this to me? I don't even know how this story I'm doing seems for it is going to end. It's already trying to make it into a series.
Yeah.
Feel that.
When you're in a room full of writers, I think you're pretty much going to run into that as a widespread.
Yeah.
Why is this short story wanting to be an epic series?
Yeah, my one-off novel I started a little while ago is now 23 outlined books. So
My one saving grace on that is because I write romance. It's just kind of the default. And like, I know how everyone is going to end, right? So I just got to figure out which character to continue the series with.
And the cool thing about romance is it's self-perpetuating.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Speaking of romances, I may have clicked a link to add a thing to a playlist and it started playing and I didn't stop it.
I'm glad you enjoyed the video.
I can't wait for everybody to see it. That was so good. That was so good.
Just slightly over edited.
I don't know. I really like visually. When it started playing, I was like, I'll just have this on in the background. I've got some stuff to shuffle around on my desk, and I just sat there like, oh, the soft lighting. Ooh, the cameras. Ooh, like okay, so zoom in, zoom out. Oh, yeah, okay, yes. Like you kept my ADHD brain
Perfect.
engaged on the screen, so
that made
be just the right
hours
amount.
worth it.
So it may be too much for somebody who doesn't have the ADHD, but for somebody with it, like every time I was like, well, maybe I'll go work. Oh wait, something changed. It works now. Like. It kept drawing me back in.
Jace, were you able to get any work done?
Not in the traditional sense.
But
well, I did find a picture of a dumpster that someone threw out their dough in, except they didn't realize that yeast doesn't stop working when it's in a dumpster.
Oh no!
So it's all over the place.
I may have gotten mad at my neighbors and created a yeast monster in their ditch once. Yeah. Go through the roast to get my revenge.
Of course, if you started a dumpster fire with that one, it would smell really good for miles.
It was.
So working in the grocery store bakery, we always there is somebody in the department whose job is to just work the night shift and literally do nothing except work the counter, help customers who need to be helped and clean everything up and get rid of staled out products and stuff like that. So this job does not require that much skill or knowledge or common sense. So we would donate stuff that was shelf stable, but staled out. We would donate it to, food. What's the right term? Why am I blanking on
Food pantries?
And some of them would not pick them up until the next morning. Some people would come at night, some would come the next morning. And some of these closing clerks were not smart enough to realize that the raw pizza dough could not be thrown into that cart to be picked up the next day.
Oh no.
So the next morning we would have to go into the cart and remove these half exploded, thankfully the bakers usually put them in bags that were loose enough that they would hold the expansion, but like it'd be a little ball of dough, and then the next morning it would be this like holding on to like within an inch of its life, blown out bag that like sometimes when you threw it into the trash can, it would just spontaneously explode. So yeah, I know that dumpster. That dumpster with me sometimes.
So Laura, if you're still here and you're still looking for food-themed horror movies, like this is how The Blob starts.
Yeah, somebody could legit be eaten by that. Yeah.
Call it the sourdough starter.
So during my sprint, I wrote about 200, so about the same as last time. I made a reference to a tractor beam. And of course, because I write alien smut, for some reason I have to get my science right on this stuff. So I was like, well, how do you even do a tractor beam? Went down this whole rabbit hole where apparently they were trying to make them on Earth out of sound waves. And got into this whole thing with that seemed really good. And then I was like, that wouldn't even work in space. What is this? Because there's no sound doesn't travel in. Anyways, I pulled up this video on YouTube, and the video is from Seeker, which I guess is like a science mag. And their next episode that they are recommending to me is Why Don't Humans Have a Penis Bone? And I was like, oh, this is very everything that's happening right now is exactly like Seeker is me. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Another thing that I found out on during that sprint was that the fragrances from Jean Paul Gaultier
Yes.
are very interesting to look at.
Yes.
Wait, what?
They are shaped like torsos.
Oh, like the bottles they come in.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, why does smell have an appearance? What is happening?
Are you not familiar with Jean Paul Gaultier? Like everything has a shape. Like everything. Like Hi Megan. And yes, the remake was far more grotesque. Yes. I just want an ultra silly remake because I don't know, I'm a weird person.
I don't know if I ever saw the 80s remake. Or did I
liked
only
it a lot.
see the 80s remake? I don't know. Oh, there they are. Yes. Yep.
Like you look at a lot of the stuff he did and just go, you know, you've got bodies buried in your backyard, right? Like
models in the freezer.
would not be surprised.
Oh, that reminds me of the picture that I saw. That was, you know, the figure drawing mannequins, the posable. Someone put theirs on its hands and knees, so that the post was sticking out of the back side as it's bent over.
Oh dear.
Raven has read my mind. Yes, this is the movie I need. This is exactly the movie. Yes, the Blob. Oh, the Blob. Only it's murderous flubber. Yes, yes, all of this. All of it.
Oh, fuck, you ate my face.
Because I miss good horror comedies. Like they haven't really been making any like ones that are actually funny and not just like ableist bull crap. Which is sad. Good funny is funny. It doesn't have to like be insult humor. Not every humor has to be insult humor.
I don't know if I've seen any of that, but I am kind of I'm not completely under a rock, but I'm rock adjacent.
I feel like I need to send you a long, torturous list of movies that you will hate me for afterwards, and then thank me for when you get to the end. Starting with either Zartan or Gore. I don't know which, but one of those has to be the beginning.
Chase, I didn't know this. Is this author scoop drama? Did I just step into author scoop drama? Oh, Charlie hates Chase. Did y'all know this?
No, it's just nobody gets my really bad jokes, so somebody's got to watch through the same crap I did.
That's fair. I will accept that.
Can I tell you how many?
And I have to be
bad
the
Sean Connery
sacrificial victim.
Yes. Because Meta would hurt me, and Cat would just give me the grumpy cat face forever. And while it's truly adorable, I could not take that. And
maybe this is how you start beef with Allie Deathridge.
hey, Allie, I got some movies you got to watch.
Raven says, I heard good things about Psycho Gorman, but I don't know if that's the kind of humor you're looking for. The horror guru and Count Jacula, who I rely on for my horror movie suggestions, are kind of fucked in the head.
Relatable.
I think that might be why Charlie wants me to watch these movies, because so am I. And have you seen Anna and the Apocalypse? It's actually good.
No, I have not seen that yet. I need to check that out. I'm just saying, Sean Connery, the barbarian trying to save the world. Like, yes, people need to know that this happened. He has way too much respect as an actor. Like, he did movies like that. Everyone should know.
Wait, I missed something. Oh, hey, Megan.
He also did Highlander, which arguably terrible movie. And he played an Egyptian. I don't know. Everything about that movie, like, what is happening here?
If you don't know the backstory to Highlander, it literally is the best. Well, to hell with you, to hell with your family. I'm just going to drink until I'm dead. That paid off for a guy and made him kind of wealthy because he got tired of having his scripts turned down and bought a whole bunch of scotch and was going to drink himself to death. And then he woke up bleary-eyed and saw the bottle of Highlander scotch in front of him and went, there's only one. Wait a minute.
No.
And wrote a script. Yeah, honest to God, this is where it came from. Yes.
Oh, that explains so much.
Which is why I absolutely love the movie, because if you watch it from the point of view of this is frustrated writer getting his rage out on all of the people that ever did him wrong, it is an extremely entertaining movie.
Yeah. If you get past the Scotsman playing the Egyptian and oh God, is he an Aussie? An Aussie playing a Scot?
I thought he was French.
French? You could be right. I don't remember.
Christopher Lambert, I believe, is French.
You could be 100% right on that.
And didn't they find out they were aliens in one of them?
That movie never happened, but yeah.
Is this like a Halloween 3? It just doesn't exist.
Actually, no, we got completely retconned out in because when they made the third one, which is honestly the best one, because it's basically a remake of the first one, but with Mario Van Peebles as the villain and actually a budget to pull off the story they wanted to tell. So it's personal opinion, but best of the 6 movies. But because there's 6 movies, and then just stop there. just stop there, or watch the show. The show was
I watched the series before seeing any of the movies.
I did too,
and I was in love with Richie.
Yeah, and Highlander Raven was also fun, but
As far as the
Well,
movies
that's
go.
because Amanda was a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, she had that '90s strong badass woman vibe going on, but that snarky badass woman vibe
Yes,
that they
everything that I want to
all
be, but I can't figure out how to have it installed. Yes.
that that all the '90s action heroines had.
I'm
It
feeling
was like
extremely
the
called out right now.
mold. It's like they had one character type and they mixed up a huge batch of it and they poured it out into every movie and TV show.
OCB, I feel that. I feel that. My brother-in-law's big, like, we're gonna bond thing was sitting me down to watch that movie for the first time because he was shocked I hadn't seen it. And then after the 5 days of historical inaccuracy explanations that he got, he really regretted making me watch this movie. We bonded through the mutual suffering. He made me suffer through the movie. I made him suffer through history. We know a lot about Scottish history now. And that's how families are forged.
There can be only one.
There could be 2 or 3. I mean, they kind of like that weeble wobbles a bit, but
Have you read Roger Zelazny's Chronicles of Amber?
no. I do believe that I looked at them, but then went, oh, books, and got lost over in the nonfiction section, which I want to do.
Well,
That's why I'm reading Chloe's book right now, because like you're as far from nonfiction as I can find that looks really fun.
Yeah, it's bubble fluff.
I got the complete set in one volume ages ago. So it's this big, thick tome of, I think it's 20 books.
Ooh.
But they're not like, they're the size of like, 80s to 90s young adult fantasy.
Okay.
So they're not like, giant books. A couple 100 pages each, I guess.
I will have to check these out.
No, it reminded me of that because it's based on a very, very dysfunctional wizard family where they're all trying to kill each other.
I'm still debating whether or not I'm willing to get canceled over my feelings about about Shadow and Bone. I still haven't decided yet. But I keep hearing people talk about it and getting really, really angry and having to just leave streams. So I feel like I need to go on the record.
I can't remember the titles because, like I said, they were all in one chronicle for me. So, but yeah, trace the pattern. I remember that. But Raven, you understand why talking about the Highlander and there can be only one made me think of that series. Because it's just like, oh my god, they all hated each other. Just a whole bunch of siblings trying to kill each other for like 20 books.
Oh, I'm here for pointless sibling drama. That's nothing like my life. I love watching it. I love watching it when it's other people.
All right, we should probably sprint.
I support that.
And I need to share the screen again because I shared the other screen and it won't let me share 2 screens. So, and when I was opening this one up, it does say EDM right on it. I was just like, okay, this timer is thumping. I'm gonna have to mute that. All right, I got that. Okay. We will sprint in 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, I'm back.
Didn't realize it ended because I
I'm the
had to
tiny now.
I had to mute it because of the thumping bass, and so there was
But
ending
it's like
sound.
positive and uplifting and inspiring and for kids.
Yeah, well, about that, positive and uplifting doesn't help me. Um, yeah, I found out a couple things this sprint.
Okay.
One, I found out that I was sent my my work assignment is to read 2 books in a series and see if they can be combined. And I just finished the first book this earlier today, and I just started the second book, and they sent me the books in reverse.
Oh. Oh dear. Did you feel like you were missing anything in the first book?
Well, I was told that it was books 2 and 3, so
Oh.
I was expecting to not understand.
Oh dear.
Turns out,
Oh dear.
This was Inception, and I didn't know all along.
How long are these books?
the first one, the first one that I read was 240 pages, and
What
this
is
one
that in
is
words?
114K,
Jeez. Okay.
and this other one is probably about 80% of that. No, 90% of that.
Mm,
It's a
that
lot.
is rough right there. That's real rough right there.
My assignment doesn't change. It just means that I read the other one first. So
Yeah.
I spent the whole book just grumbling about all the stuff that I didn't know. And it's all going to be in the book I'm about to read.
I guess that's something to look forward to. Explanations on everything. Is your end goal to not just combine these, but also to take it down to a more reasonable length? Or
The goal of this is just to give an opinion.
oh, right. But is that what they're aiming for?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
And also just to see if it should be
Yeah.
combined. And if that other one was the second half of this, then
Yeah, that's rough.
I have a feeling this one has like all the action, and the other one that I read was all the palace intrigue.
Oh. Hopefully.
So, and it was very
Hopefully it's not
episodic.
full books of palace intrigue.
No, because they were referring to all the stuff that happened, all this action. And this is starting with the stuff that was.
Oh. And now it's going to be really interesting to see what like your questions were from the third book. What of them came from the second book, and what of them is like from the first book. And oh, that's such a mess. Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward right now.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I did see this meme that's a Star Wars meme, and it made me crack up. It's Qui-Gon Jinn saying, well, Rey sure warms this ghost heart of mine. She actually looks like a Jedi who will fight till her last breath instead of running off and leaving someone else to deal with their problems. Then it's Yoda, ... Obi-Wan Kenobi, ... Luke Skywalker, ... Mace Windu. Oh, it suddenly got motherfucking quiet in here, didn't it?
Oddly relatable.
And Megan, verb tenses are the weakness of a lot of people. That's one of the huge thing editors have to work on.
They're not for me, but every single book, there's just a moment for me. It's because I write in both present and past tense, depending on which project, and I bounce between projects. So every flipping time I do my first round of edits on anything, I end up having a whole bunch of words that are the wrong tense. And it's not that I have a problem with it. It's just like I literally was working on some other thing and my brain got stuck in past for a second or present for a second. Yeah, every single time or God forbid, I'm working on my phone and I swipe in, received, but receives is the exact same pattern because the F and D are next to each other. So it's not a problem, but it is, or it's not a weakness, but it is a extreme irritation of mine.
During that sprint, I realized that I just need to name this song Ogres because it has layers. That's basically all that I did is I realized the thing that it was missing was this of course rhythm section. Are you familiar with me? That wasn't there in the whole thing. And so I wrote that and I put that through and it's just like the song has been growing deeper rather than longer. And okay.
But we're not going to stick with the donkey theme and call it parfait?
We could do parfait. Actually,
what about
that would
onion?
be really fun. That would be really...
Onions are gross. I love onions, but if you named a song Onion, I would not be about that song. But if you named it Parfait or even Ogre, I would be willing to give a second look.
Okay, it may be called Chloe's Parfait now. So if I have a single come out called that, you know why?
You're all here for this moment, y'all.
Oh no, I love this track so much. It is just hypnotic. I played it on the stream a couple days ago, and the only response I got was, "Can you just loop that for 20 minutes and put a video out?" And I'm just like, that's kind of what it is. I've just listened to it on a loop for months. Because maybe that's what this is. I don't know.
Or maybe it's like a shepherd's pie trifle.
I listen to ambient, so pretty much everything I listen to, you can do that with, and I will never notice that I've just listened to the same, Marconi Union track for the last 7 hours. Oh God, is that still playing? I didn't even notice.
I was not having the best day yesterday, and so I may have put up a lot of the Disney ASMR videos. Because if you don't know, on Disney Plus, they put up ASMR videos. It's Zenmation is the name of the series. And they're just recycled clips from Disney movies that are cut out by a theme. So Flight is all of the flight scenes from various movies, but they cut out the sound from the original movies and just put in these ambient swooshing sounds. And yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, Season 2 just got announced, so yay!
So it's like a pogo song, but the video side of it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, they're. If you like feeling the brain tingles and watch Disney movies at the same time,
yeah, I'll check that out tonight. That sounds like good, writing video to have.
They're fun, and especially because the first season was very themed, so there's swimming, flight, like jungle, wilderness. So they're very ambient, and each one's, I think, 10 minutes.
Yes.
So
you said it's called Zen Nation?
Zenimation.
Zenimation, like animation.
Yeah, like animation, but with a Zen at the front of it.
I was thinking like
Zenimation.
Zen taking over an area of land.
Yeah.
Zen Nation.
They're oddly fun. Especially, I love the flight one because it reminds me of two things. I do not remember Brother Bear at all. Like, at all. Like, I have no memory. Like, this movie is completely not memorable at all to me. I watched it again and still I have no idea what happens. I don't know what that movie's about. And two, I just need an entire movie that's just Aladdin and Jasmine flying around on the carpet. Like, I just need that. I just need that. They don't need to talk. They don't need to sing. Just all the whooshing noise is just them on a carpet. That's all I need. Just that. Thank you.
I am watching the trailer muted right now, and already I am happy.
Yes. Yeah, they're so pretty.
Oh, I bet they can just use everything from Moana for this.
Oh, the Moana bits. There's one in the flight one. There's the one that segment where Maui is the bird flying around, chopping the tops off of the islands as he's flying in, and just Rainbow wiggle jiggle.
The clip that was in the trailer was where the stingray, the glowing stingray comes up out of the water. Yeah. Yeah.
If you did not know that these existed, you're welcome. And if they're going to eat up your time, you're additionally welcome. They're amazing.
CB, I almost never say this because I know everybody has different tastes in movies, and I really try not to judge people for not seeing movies. But Moana is amazing, and you need to watch it.
Moana gives me all of the feels in a good way.
Yeah,
like that scene that's just the one you're talking about with the big, like all the stuff with the water, the ocean spirit, and just all the feels. I love that movie so much.
It is beautiful, and it is pure, and it is actually woman power in a way that like nothing else from Disney really has been up until now. I certainly, like, I know a lot of people say that about Frozen, and I hard disagree about Frozen on that. But like,
there was a reason I liked you. I felt the same way. Yeah.
Yeah. I also felt that way about Wonder Woman, just putting it out there. But yeah, Moana is absolutely amazing, and there's no romance plot line at all in it, which, as somebody who is a romance writer but is also Demi, I super appreciate that, because as much as romance belongs in romance, I don't feel like it belongs in a lot of other things, and I don't think that it belongs nearly as heavily in Disney as it is. So that was something that I really greatly appreciated about it as well.
And as much as I love Moana and Hamilton, I am really afraid to watch In the Heights because I have previous experience with please, and Lynn, I hope you rewrote parts of it. I hear that he did. Please tell me you rewrote quite extensive portions of this musical, because there's a reason that one wasn't his big break. I'm sorry, I got feels about that one.
It's okay. There are some people watching this now who saw me have a complete effing breakdown about Bridgerton the other day because I read the book.
Oh no.
And nobody warned me that there was a rape scene in it. And it is not in the show. They have like a similar scene, but it is the premise behind the scene in the show is altered just enough that like it's a little bit questionable, I guess, but not nearly unequivocally rape like it is in the book. Yeah. So I get where you're coming from.
I highly recommend, if you've not watched her channel, Khadija Bow. She is one of my favorite YouTubers. She did a wonderful breakdown of Bridgerton from both the point of view of the book and the Netflix series. That's how I knew that was in the book. And
I had no idea, and I feel like this is something that, like, even like not even to tell people not to watch the show, but just to inform people who might be like me and prefer to read books before I watch the shows. And I had no idea, and I'm actually kind of I'm fairly upset that for as like bog standard of a Regency romance as Bridgerton is, I don't know why they would throw millions of dollars at that writer.
Because Shonda Rhimes got bored.
That's fair.
No, literally, that's what it is. She brought she was recommended these books, brought them with her on vacation, came back and handed them to her assistant and said, "Make this into a Netflix show."
Oh,
That's how Bridgerton got made.
I wish that they had done like a survey of actual historical romance readers to suggest series that might be better suited for a Netflix series than.
So the moral of the story is, if you happen to see Shonda Rhimes in an airport and it looks like she's going on vacation, try to figure out a way to sneak your book into her bag. So you might be the next big Netflix series.
I was more thinking attacking her with a shame none bell, but I guess that is a far more practical thing to do.
Oh, come on, that's a lottery. I kind of want to win. I'm just like, okay, so she liked this. Okay, let's start hacking the mind of Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah.
What book will she pick that I could write? Will she pick up for her next vacation? So I can have.
I'm one of those people that if somebody was like, I'm going to buy your book to make a show out of, but like, you need to give me permission to do whatever I want, I'd be like, I'm going to have it. I don't care.
I think I've had, I don't know who I've had this discussion with, but it is the Charlaine Harris True Blood thing that I am totally behind, and I love her for it, is that when she saw that the show after the first season was going just a 180 direction from her books, she was all for it. She's like, and she said, these are adventures that my characters are having that I didn't write, and I want to see them.
Yeah.
I will say though, skip the last book in that series when you get to it. Just don't.
Are you talking about Southern Vampire or Bridgerton?
No, the Southern Vampire.
Gotcha. I skipped every book after the first one because I didn't like the first one. I like the show though.
I rather enjoyed the books, but that last one. Keep your, if you have happy memories of the books, don't read the last one. Just don't. Like you could tell that she was done.
I love the show. So, and the book, the reason I watched the show actually was I had read the book years before, and back in the days of Preview Guide Channel, I had no idea that True Blood was the Southern Vampire series for obvious reasons that they have completely different names, but the Preview Guide Channel, like they just had like a little blurb of one of the True Blood episodes, and it said Sookie, and I was like, I know that name from somewhere. Where do I know that name? And I am a book hoarder, so I still had that stupid book, even though I hated it. It was like, oh my God, it's this. So I reread it, and it was like, this still sucks, but let me watch the show. And I was really excited that, like, Sam the dog following her home and like staying in her bed somewhat inappropriately was kept in the show.
Now, did you find the first season difficult to get through? Because I did.
A little bit.
I found watching the first season was difficult because it was so close to the book.
But without Bubba, and that is a mortal sin of the show. Like, if I have to fault the show for one thing, it's that Bubba is not in it, probably because they couldn't get the rights to include that character. But I
enjoyed it, but I actually, now that I think about it, I think that I watched the series first. Like, I read the book years before, but had forgotten it for the most part. I think I watched that first. Yes, I believe that is what happened. I watched that first season, and then I was like, wait, this was really good. Let me read this book, because I must have forgotten, like, oh no, this book sucked horribly still. But that's also, I don't know if any of you have watched Dexter or read Darkly Dreaming Dexter before, but like that's how I felt about that series as well. The books were not very good, but I love the series.
The reason the show I think is better than the books in some ways is they chose not to kill certain characters that died in the books.
Yes.
And they chose to kill some characters that did not die in the books. And those were better choices.
I also think in general that a series is going to be better than a book because you've got more time to flesh out characters. Like I remember Deborah being just like another cop in the books, and in the series she's an amazing character. And I think that's just always like when you're going between adaptations, you're always going to get like the least amount of content in the movie, and then the book is going to be the middle and the series is going to be the biggest part of it. That was why I read Bridgerton first before I was going to watch the show, because I didn't want to go in reverse and be disappointed by stuff that was missing from the book.
I know, like with the True Blood, Tara in the show, she was amazing. I loved her character. In the book, I wanted to murder her in the face.
Yep.
And of course, Eric Northman and all the abs, just all the abs. Yes, all the abs.
I think he has about 6 billion abs.
I'm here for every single one of them. Do they need some polish? Do you need some oil, Mr. Northman? We get you ready for your scene.
Straight for Alexander Skarsgård.
Plus Lafayette. All the sauce.
Delightful.
Yes.
Honestly, my two least favorite characters in it were flipping
Bill and Sookie.
Yeah.
But what would that show be without him going, Sookie?
I mean, this is 100% true. I use that joke in one of my sci-fi books because I've got a character whose name is Sulky, and like it's a Korean name, Sulky, and she's introducing herself to a bunch of American characters, and they are struggling to pronounce her name, and one of them goes with Suki, and everybody's like, "What is wrong with you?"
Oh, and that could let you make such wonderful Witches of Eastwick jokes too.
This is fair.
But I didn't get all the way through the show. However, I do know of one scene in probably the last season that I watch frequently on YouTube, and it's a dream that her brother has about Eric.
So just putting it out there, because you should have at least gotten far enough for this character, and Charlie as well. Every single time I see Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think of Anna Camp in True Blood.
Yes.
Just putting it out there. That's all I can see when I see her.
Very much
a less hot version of that. I don't remember
very much
her character's name anymore. But
evil church lady. That's how I always referred to her.
The minister's wife.
Evil church lady.
Yes.
The one who signed the deal was Satan. But you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're so not wrong.
Yeah, like I feel like she would absolutely be doing this if AOC existed in the True Blood universe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I guess the problem with watching that show is it feels a little bit, because we thought about doing a rewatch and it's like this feels oddly too much of the time now.
Yeah.
Like, this feels very like what's going on now, except for I just need to change the word vampire to take your pick of the grab bags of things that people like to hate on. Just
Then that would be a very appropriate thing to do during Pride Month.
we're going through the originals right now because the hubby has not seen it, and
if you want a vampire Game of Thrones show, that's basically what the originals is, except for they're fighting over Nolans.
I haven't watched it. I didn't really care for those characters, that side of Vampire Diaries, so I did not watch it. But then I watched, oh God, what is the show that's their kids?
Oh, Legacies.
Yes, I watched Legacies and was really confused at first because also I had no idea that it was even Vampire Diaries adjacent. And I was like, oh, it's Alaric. What is happening right now? Oh my God, is this Vampire Diaries? And then like I mentioned it to a coworker. She's like, oh my God, it's so much more Vampire Diaries than you know, because some of those kids are from originals. Like, oh. Yep.
Yeah, the 3 main characters in season 1 are the 2 kids from Vampire Diaries and the 1 kid from the originals.
Yeah. I got so lost. I got so lost when they're like, oh yeah, it's Lark and Caroline's kids. Like, what the fuck?
I am so in love with Vampire Trash, like you have no idea. And so the hubby started watching Legacies with me and was like, I don't understand all the references you're making. I'm just like, okay, but it's a long and twisted road to get here if you want to go down it. And he's like, I don't know, I got nothing better to do.
I still think you need to write that idea that we were kicking around it was like the vampire version of like Pink Flamingos.
Yes. Okay, so Matt Baum put up a wonderful video last week, I think it was, called The Trinity of Trash, and I highly recommend it because Pink Flamingos is one of the 3 movies in the Trinity of Trash. And while I was watching that, I just kind of looked over at my journal with all those ideas written in it and was like,
it needs to happen. It really does.
I think I'm going to get more pressure for my Witchy Jessica Fletcher books because I'm starting to get people asking about those. Where are those at?
Okay.
Can I finish the ones that I'm currently doing first? Please.
I think we have reached the end of my ability to remain functional.
Which means if we
keep
keep
run a bit
going,
long tonight.
it's gonna get fine.
No, if we keep going, you'll hear me snoring.
Yes, but then we can do whatever we want. It's not my channel.
You think you could do anything to my channel that's worse than what I do to my channel?
I don't know how many copyright claims have you gotten on yours? For humming a dang song.
Oh yeah, the songs are a problem.
I hummed. I even hummed intentionally off key and wrong, and I still got claimed.
Oh no!
That algorithm is watching me.
I got hit for one of the karaoke streams.
Oh yeah. Wait, how do those survive? But not humming.
I don't know.
It's a weird place.
Well, I didn't get hit hard. It was one of those where it's like this one song that someone sang, the background music in it is copyrighted in 3 third world countries. And so they were like, would you like to play it with that section muted in those 3 countries? I'm like, what the fuck ever? I don't care.
Yeah. I had one where it was like, we just need to remove 1:20 of this video. And I'm like, go for it. I don't care.
Oh no, we have BMG's ire on me. So they're just like, no one can see this ever. I'm just like, okay, fine. If you've wondered where some of my streams have gone, if anybody's gone back to look for favorite parts and they're not there, that's why.
Yes, the next karaoke stream is on this channel on June 27th. It is Pride Karaoke.
Okay, so for everybody who's going to be doing the Pride, YouTube is doing their official Pride on the 25th with a big all-day stream event. And then the Pride and Prejudice the thingy and the other Pride.
And
I'm
yes,
okay.
if you want to participate in Pride and Prejudice, you still have a couple weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks left.
Just go over to Charlie's channel and check out the intro video. And it's super, well, I say it's super simple because I've participated in 2 of them. You have to write something that fits the topic. You have to read it in a video. You don't have to have your face or animation. You can just read it over a still picture. And it has to be 15 minutes or less.
You do not need to spend 4 hours editing it. That's insane.
So far, that I would say that 15-minute thing, I did not think was going to be as big a problem as it has been, because I've gotten several messages from people like, "Is there wiggle room on that 15 minutes?" And okay, so how much wiggle room? I don't know, like 32 minutes. Like, no, that's not wiggle room at that
I
point.
can't stress enough that in this editing, like 45 minutes of this editing was watching, well, like 40, whatever it is. 40 minutes of this editing was just watching this 12-minute video 3 times. Like, why would you want to make it any longer than that? That was why. It's okay. I'm done.
I've gotten several messages from people asking about that, and like the links, because like I'm not going to be a monster. Like if it's 15 minutes and 3 seconds, like like I'm not going to be I'm not a monster. But like, can it be twice as long? No, I'm sorry, but over twice, because that, like I said, that one it's 32 minutes. Like,
The reason I set the time limit at 15 minutes is because all the people that want to participate, if yours is like 30, 32 minutes, you're going to burn people out and they're not going to go to the other people's videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, like I said, I saw 15 minutes and went, oh, that's plenty of time. And apparently for quite a few people wanting to contribute, apparently we found a nerve. Like, I think the moral of the story is we need more queer fiction out there and more outlets willing to celebrate it. I think that's what I've learned more than anything from this experience.
Also, apparently we have a lot of people in our group who are not used to being told that there are constraints on what they can do.
Yeah.
I know we've got, if Laura is still floating around here, I'm sure she can tell us all day about what it's like meeting short story qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
This is the qualification for this. It needs to be under roughly 2,000 words. Just, that's it.
Though I have to say, we need to be doing more queer anthologies, and depending on how well this one goes off, we may do some others that are not in Pride Month, just because a lot of people had a lot to say.
Well, I told you the idea for the title for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question is, when do we do that one? Is it maybe a August or September thing?
I was thinking, isn't National Coming Out Day in August?
Is it?
I'm thinking it's August 10th. I may be wrong about that. It's what my memory is trying to pull up.
Oh, yes. Laura is saying 100 words exactly she has had, and also 50 words exactly.
Oh, it's October.
Yeah, it's part of publishing if you're doing short content.
I was only a couple months off.
What is it?
It's October 11th. I was only a couple months off. It's still good.
Well, I know people are planning a bunch of stuff in October. Yeah. I think Worldwide Write-a-thon next one is October.
I was just trying to think of like another, significant day, because like Trans Day of Visibility is in November, and everybody's going to be doing Nano, so distraction.
Well, here's the thing. Because of the title that I picked and the reason I picked it, I think it needs to not fall on any significant.
That's true.
Because it's called Pride After Pride.
That's true.
So it's specifically about celebrating Pride when no one else is.
So maybe August.
It's about having pride when the corporations have forgotten us, when everyone has decided to take down their flags, when their shows of support are shown to be just shows.
Can I just say my absolute favorite TikTok video is that one where that guy is just like, to the bigot who stole our pride flag, guess what? And then like all the pride flags, like all the like their entire balcony is nothing but every pride flag that could be there. And he's like running around dancing with his pride flags. Like, yes, yes. I need this. All the pride.
All right. So we should probably do our outros. Let's see. What is it? This is June, July, August, September. 3. Do we want to do 2 months or 3 months?
I'm gonna leave that one to the committee. I have 3 months might be better for some people, but I'm like, let's just do it every month. Pride all the time.
We do have camp coming up next month, so that does cut out a lot of people's productivity for the month of July. So that is one reason to potentially go September instead.
This is true. Chloe, as always, makes the salient point.
It sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, so I guess September would be right in between camp and actual Nano.
Yes.
So yeah, that's probably for the best. All right, Pride after Pride in September.
Here we go.
All right, let us do our outros.
I
don't think we ever did intros.
We didn't do intros.
We're the mysterious strangers.
Oh, hey, Mama Ward. Okay. I am Jason
That's
Maxwell,
awesome.
author of Urban Fantasy. Yes, it is awesome.
I'm talking to Maggie.
Okay. Fine. I'm not awesome. Okay, I'm Jason Maxwell, author of Urban Fantasy, editor for Rose City Editing at rosecityediting.com. I do I'm on a hiatus from the gaming stuff on my channel because I am balls deep in editing work, and I also do tabletop RPG on my channel, and I do these on the weekends, the writing stuff. So I'm kind of in a lull on my channel, just creepy crawling through. But that is. Oh yeah, and I am doing the Pride karaoke on the 27th at 3 p.m. on this channel, and I will be participating in the Pride and Prejudice audio anthology, which is, if you're going to participate in it, is due to Charlie just a link. You just have to send the link to the video by the 25th.
By the 25th, as long as I can get it in there before it goes live. And if you're late, I can tag you on at the end. I just can't guarantee that people will see. So I don't know how long people are going to be checking out the anthology for. But I'm going to be screaming about it from the rooftops for quite some time.
Yes.
So.
And and it goes live on the 26th. So if you're not participating and just want to see and listen to the anthology, it'll be the 26th at noon Eastern, I believe, will be the go live date and time, which is not even something Charlie has to really work at. because you said it yourself.
I do wish that there was a way to set the playlist to just go to actually just like go live. Like, like it could be more orchestrated in that way, so it'd be easier for people. But then it doesn't work. YouTube don't work like that, but it could. Devs, if you're listening.
Charlie, don't give them advice. They hate you, remember?
No, I know. That's true. I would hate that. That would be bad. Don't do it.
And also with the time zones going on all over the place, I know it was an issue in
happen everywhere.
Do you remember now in YouTube editor when in studio when you're setting it to live, you can choose in what time zone you're setting the time for. That
cool.
Very last field, you can set it to Eastern time, and then just set it for noon, and then you're fine. It will. You don't have to do the time conversion. It will do it for you. It will look weird on your channel if your channel's usually in a different time zone, because it will have them all in the time zone that you normally say for the time the video went live, but that one it'll say Eastern time.
But I do remember, especially in Orla's second anthology, that we had several videos that didn't go live until a few hours in because of time zones and people not really doing the calculations correctly.
Time zones are the devil.
And some of them going live a few hours early. But yeah. All right. Charlie, your outro.
Hi, I am Charlie. I write a whole bunch of weird stuff that I don't know when you're going to get to see it, because I decided to turn them into Vela projects, and they keep telling me this will launch in 2 months. And it's been like months since they first started saying that, so who knows? No one may ever see them. I may just have to pull them down and go, hey, look, books. I'm starting to feel like Vela is alive, but I've seen some people that are starting to get likes on their stories, even though it's not live. And I'm like, how is that a thing?
What?
Yeah.
How are people actually seeing it?
I'm assuming they gave some like bloggers early access.
Oh, that makes sense.
To it.
Okay, keep going with your outro. Sorry.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
I'm just feeling a Pretty Woman moment where you're holding out the books and you're just like, but I have stories.
Big mistake, honestly. So many stories. So I'm very excited about those. I do writing streams on my channel every week, every Wednesday at 5 Eastern and same time on Friday. I also have a Twitch channel. I am live at same times over there. I want to do more stuff on Twitch. Everybody that I know is a streaming fool, and we all stream way too much, and I don't know when I'm going to fit them in. So if you have a time where you would like me to do some Twitch streaming, let me know, because I would really like to do that. I may actually do a secret live tonight playing some video games, because I'm thinking about doing that. So go follow my Twitch. I am C. Dorset on Twitch. And I podcast, and I'm very excited. Season 5 of Project Shadow is currently ongoing. And as promised, the first 2 episodes were kind of heavy, but episode 3 is about Loki and why it is probably my second or first favorite thing. All I'm saying is Tom Hiddleston needs to be the new Doctor Who of the MCU. Ongoing series need so much more. Check out my review. I have conspiracy theories. I have so many conspiracy theories. They're trying to induct a god into a cult. I'm pretty sure that's the plot of the show. They're trying to induct a god into a cult, and I'm here for it. Just check it out. It's fun. Just search Project Shadow wherever you listen to your podcast, and you will find it there. And yeah, I also do videos on my channel, and if YouTube will let you know that they exist, you might see them.
All right, and Chloe.
I am Chloe Alice Balkin. I am a writer of mostly paranormal romance and also some weird erotic romance and some erotic shorts on Medium. I am also going to be on Vela. After you said that, I went to Vela just out of curiosity. I'm assuming I have no likes because I see no references to likes. But I just noticed that the book has an ASIN and all of the chapters have their own ASIN, and I'm just really weirded out by whatever this process is. Anyways, oh God, what else was I going to say? Oh, I do currently So like I've got a bunch of books on Amazon, and a couple of them are wide. And I also currently have the prequel novella to my Candy for Demons series. The book is Abe's Summer Vacation. That is currently available to ARC readers until the 17th on both Booksprout and Story Origin. So if you're interested in a free peek at my stuff, that didn't sound right at all.
It does sound oddly appropriate and on brand, though.
If you would like to read one of my novellas for free in exchange for a review, you can find me, Chloe Alice Falcon. The book is Abe's Summer Vacation on Booksprout and on Story Origin. And this is my pet potato.
It's a furry potato.
It is an extremely furry potato. Also very large. It is a 17-pound potato. That is everything after, that's all I'm saying today.
Oh, I need to get back to streaming Perfect Pancake. Because July 22nd, the new pack drops.
I'm excited. I'm going to be watching your show because I'm not getting it myself.
And the new pack is like farming and cottagecore, and my inner lesbian wants to party.
See earlier statement of all my friends are streaming fools, and there's no room in the schedule for me to. Mainly because I'm probably going to be in the background making snide comments during Perfect.
All right. So with that, we'll see you next time. Might be Tuesday for Perfect Pancake. I don't know yet. Depends on if I can get my shit together and get a bunch of this stuff read. All right. Catch y'all later. Bye.
Bye, guys.